It's tough if you are on YouTube and you want to grow and you're making videos and you're making shorts and you have a strategy and you're investing all this time and there's energy and maybe even money, and you don't get the views and you don't get the subscribers and you don't get the responses and you don't get the likes and all that stuff. I'm with you. I'm not here to tell you what to do or how to do it. Well, maybe I have some ideas on how to look at it and what's a good strategy, but I'm with you. Like, I'm there right now. Like, I have really poor results right now on YouTube, but also on my other social media channels, which is quite interesting. So let's talk about it. Like, I've never invested so much time and so much energy into YouTube. And in the last period, I've been uploading a lot of longs and a lot of shorts, and I don't really have traction. And I don't really have a lot of comments or a lot of likes, or my subscriber count is like really slowly growing, but nothing is really happening. And this can be like a total, I'm not going to use the word, but mind, what I'm talking about. And it's interesting, I just had a conversation with my wife about this, is that if you are in the position where you are actually quite convinced about something, and then you put in a lot of energy and a lot of efforts, and then you don't get the results, this will do something with your, is this the right word? Conviction of, okay, I'm going to do this. This is going to be successful. I'm going to be successful with this. If we get proof, and I talk about this quite often, if we get proof that something works, that's like the biggest inspiration for entrepreneurs. Like, we need interaction. We need to get a feedback loop. Something needs to happen for us to be inspired to keep on going. And if you are on YouTube and you're uploading videos and you don't really have any traction, that's pretty rough, and it's really hard to then keep on going, because what if you're not good enough? Like, what if you are simply not good enough, and what if you compare yourself with other YouTube creators and they're simply better than you are? Like, why would you want to keep on going? It's a legit question to ask yourself. Like, am I good enough to actually pull this off and to actually do this? And there's a lot of videos on YouTube where they, for example, would say like, oh, you're close to your biggest break, you just keep going, you're almost there. But is that the truth? Like, we don't know. It's really hard to know that for sure. And so it's an interesting thing. It's an interesting thing to not be successful with something where you put a lot of time and energy in. So if I look at my own, what I've been doing in the last period, like, I've been pretty consistent with uploading longs. I've been pretty consistent with creating shorts. Um, I think my videos are pretty good, but nothing is really happening. So, for example, this morning I uploaded a video. I was like, well, this one might pop. This is really nice, and then got like 4 views or 8 views, and I was like, huh, this is really, really, really interesting. So there are certain ways to think about this and to look at this. Um, One is, you can be obsessed with the numbers. So you can be obsessed with your views and your likes and your comments and all that stuff. And at this moment, I wouldn't say obsessed, but I'm pretty much focused on the growth. Like, I want it to pop off. I want it to be successful. So, for example, in one of my videos, I say like, oh, send me a message on Instagram with this word, and you might have a shot at having a one-on-one conversation with me. And in the Netherlands, I'm selling these one-on-one conversations for 8,000 euros per piece. So I got a message like a couple days ago from a guy from New York. Like, he obviously didn't know who I was. Sent me an Instagram message, and I was so happy. It was so amazing. I was like, wow, somebody who doesn't know me finds a video and then watches the video and sends me a message. And that's such a huge win. And to give you a little bit perspective, like, I've been quite successful with my business in the Netherlands. I've been a big fish in a small pond in Amsterdam. I've been doing events for over 20 years. I literally just did an event for 800 people in Amsterdam a couple of weeks ago. I think I'm the highest paid mentor in Amsterdam in the Netherlands, the highest paid business mentor. Um, I've been quite active and quite successful. However, now I'm starting internationally, and there's no success. And then getting a DM from a guy that I don't know from New York, like, it's not gonna make me any money probably, but it's proof. It's proof that it's working. But the proof that I'm getting that my strategy is working it's almost non-existent. Like this is one of the few examples. Like okay, something is happening, and but if I look at all the time that I've put in so far, like I don't know, maybe 100 shorts, maybe 10 long-form videos. I've been pretty active, more active than I've ever been before with YouTube, and all I got is one DM, and I don't know, maybe like a handful of extra subscribers, and so yeah, it's interesting. It's really interesting, and I think one of the most important things is the way you approach it and what you want to get out of it. So if you are only doing it for the views and the comments and the likes and stuff like that, and if you're dependent on that, it's going to be really, really hard to keep going while there's no traction. Again, like I have no traction right now, or almost no traction. At least that's what I'm thinking. You never know what's happening behind the scenes, but what I'm thinking for now, like there is no traction. However, there's three things that I would like to share if you are in the same position. If you are making videos for YouTube and you don't really have a lot of traction, but you do want to become successful at YouTube, there's three things that I want to share with you. And the first one is, instead of doing it for the views, instead of doing it for the likes, instead of doing it for the subscribers or all those vanity metrics almost, what if you would look at it from a point of, I'm building my collection? So for me right now, I'm building my collection. This video right now that I'm making right now is a part of my collection. It is April 21st, 2026. And most likely at a certain point in the future, I will look back on this video and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That's when you were stuck with your YouTube game. And that's why you recorded a video on why you were stuck with your YouTube game. So if you would look at the videos that you are making, instead of looking at the views and the likes and all that stuff, look at it from, okay, I'm building my collection. This is a collection of my IP, my intellectual property, my ideas, but also my presence, my energy, my frequency, and also who I am at this moment in time. I just had a conversation with my wife and I told her, like, I feel completely different than last year. Like my frequency is completely different than last year. It's not necessarily better or worse, it's just completely different. And one of the reasons is that, like, I'm sort of struggling in a way to get this ball rolling. So again, like I've been pretty successful in the Netherlands and now I'm changing everything into English. So like if I would have recorded all the content that I've done in the last couple of weeks and I would have recorded it in Dutch, first of all, the quality would be better because my Dutch is better than my English. Like my English is 80% of my Dutch, like the quality. So the quality would be better. I would have way more interaction because I already have something going in the Netherlands. There's way less competition in the Netherlands. And also I've been training the algorithm for the last 20 years that I'm a Dutch dude. Like I'm not an American dude, I'm a Dutch dude. So most of my English content is going to be promoted to the Dutch audience, and the Dutch audience obviously will resonate less with me speaking English than in Dutch. So there's so many things that I'm doing right now that are working against me, and that's quote unquote a struggle, but that's the second thing that I want to share with you. And so the first thing is build a collection, and the second thing, it's just a story. Like we can come up with so much charge or feelings, emotions, beliefs, opinions about what we're doing and why it's working or why it's not working. I literally just did that. I was explaining why it's not working for me because I translated. I'm going from Dutch to English. But again, who knows if that's right? Maybe that's not right, and maybe just my story, my belief, something that I... So it's just all a story, and if you would remove all that story and just make content because you want to make content and because you want to build your collection, and you're not depending on likes and subscriber counts or views or whatever, like, then all of a sudden it becomes so much easier. Like if you create, and this is a big one, if you create content and your feeling of like your self-worth is attached to your success or non-success, then we have a problem. Then we really have a problem, because when you're popping, like when everything is amazing, you feel amazing about yourself. But when it's not really going well, you might feel not so great about yourself. And you might start to compare yourself to other people in the market. If I start to compare myself to other people in the market, I could think about myself that I'm not great. I'm not a good person. I don't have what it takes. So the first one is build a collection. The second one is get rid of all the stories that you have about creating content, but just make the content. And also the story is like, oh, it takes so much time. Like what I've just shared with you is like, I've never spent this much time in creating content. And it's true. Like in my whole career, I've been selling online since 1999. I've never spent so much time creating content. However, it's not even an hour a day, or maybe it's a maximum of 2 hours a day. Like what do you expect? Do you really expect to really win if you invest just 1 or 2 hours per day in this game? And I'm not saying that you have to invest more time, but be honest with yourself. If you're spending like 30 minutes or 1 hour a day and you're not winning, well, maybe it's because you're spending the 30 minutes to an hour a day, and that's why you are not winning. It's very simple. If you spend 1 hour a day versus spending 6 hours a day, like if you spend 6 hours a day on creating content, odds are that you'll grow 6 times faster, or maybe even 50 times faster, because you got the compounding effect. I had an instant conversation with my team this week, and I was like, what would happen if I would create 100 reels per day? Like 100 shorts per day. I think I'd actually do it if I have the good support around me where, they ask me questions or be this or that, or like they bring me concepts. My team is bringing me concepts. You don't need a team to grow on social media, but I have like amazing people around me that could actually help me with this. But for example, because I'm good in the moment, like give me an answer, give me a question and I'll answer it, or give me a dilemma or whatever. I have like a lot of thoughts and ideas around stuff. So I think I could record 100 reels per day if I wanted to, but I'm not doing that right now because I'm committed to maybe 30 minutes or an hour. Like it's 17, so it's 5:58 on a Tuesday afternoon, and I created no content today. This is the first thing I'm doing today. I didn't even think about creating content today because, my mood wasn't really there. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to share my truth right now and see what's going to happen. So first one, create a collection. Second one, forget about the story around content. Just make the content. Don't overthink it, but see it for what it is. If you spend 30 minutes a day on content, well, you spend 30 minutes on content. Don't expect any miracles. If you're spending 12 hours a day on content consistently and nothing is really happening, well, okay, do that for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, and if nothing is really happening, well, maybe we have a problem. But don't expect miracles if you haven't really done that much. So that's the second thing. And the third thing is really simple. And it's funny, while I'm doing this right now, I experience this as well, is that see it as training. Like if you go to my previous videos, all my videos is where I'm walking. So I had this idea that if I walk while record, well, two birds with one stone. Like I'm walking, it's good for me. I like walking. Three birds with one stone. You see a lot of different places where I'm at because we're traveling the world. We're homeschooling our children and we're traveling the world. And I don't know what the third one was. Like, oh yeah, well, I'm recording videos, so seeing a lot of stuff. I don't know, it doesn't matter. But so the third one is you're training yourself and you're learning. I thought that was the best idea, to walk around and record videos. Now, while I'm recording this crappy video because it's on an iPhone, not on a better camera, you see like my bed. It's not like there's no lighting. It's just very, very imperfect. But I'm learning that, my voice and me teaching this way might actually be better than me just walking. For me, like, language is a thing because English is not my native language. And if I'm walking, there's a lot of impulses. So I use, some of my mental bandwidth while I'm walking, and maybe I could better use my mental bandwidth, or use my my mental bandwidth while I'm call Bob. What's up? Um, Maybe this is better for me. Maybe, you know, it's just better to sit down and teach a bunch of ideas and a bunch of topics. So anyway, so that's the third one. The first one, think about creating your collection. Imagine for the next couple of years, you will record dozens or maybe even hundreds of videos, and then in 2 or 3 years you can look back and see an amazing collection of videos. And probably if you go back to today, the videos that you made today, in 3 years, you'll be like, man, I thought I was good. I thought I was crushing. I thought I was really working hard to make something of my YouTube career. But you then, you know, look back and be like, man, I didn't know anything and I wasn't really going for it. And I became so much better. You will become better if you start, you know, if you're consistent with this, but also if you're in a positive way are critical towards yourself, like, okay, where can I improve? Not like, oh, where do I suck, like where am I lacking, but more as in like, okay, how can I get better? And so that's that whole idea of building a collection. I think that's amazing. It's maybe, I wouldn't say one of my biggest regrets, but it is a sort of a regret that in the last 20 years I didn't really build a collection of my IP. I've done it in the Dutch market, but you know, now it's not really that valuable internationally. And I'm doing it right now. Like there's no worries there, or no I'm not sobbing here. Um, but building that IP is a big thing. And the second thing is just don't overthink it. Just do it and don't even check. Maybe don't even check your stats. Maybe don't even check your likes or your comments, or don't look at those things too often, because the more you look at it, the more it can trigger like this feeling like why should I do this? So that's the second thing. And imperfect action beats perfect inaction. Um, I forgot about what the third thing is. So that's me as an imperfect teacher right now. I just wanted to share this with you. Like, you have the reality, what's going on right now, and the results that you have right now. And then you have the way you look at it. And it's last thing that I want to share is that what I see more and more and more and more and more lately is that if we overthink stuff, like it's a superpower almost to act dumb. Like it's a superpower. If you're intelligent, if you're a good thinker, if you're smart, it's almost a superpower to act dumb and to do more stuff and don't give too much meaning to it. And if you do, for example, with YouTube, if you create more YouTube videos and you are not attached to the outcome and you just do more, the paradox is that eventually you will have a better outcome because you're just simply doing more, but you don't give too much meaning to it. And I think that's very valuable as well. So, man, yes, I could say like, oh, you got to keep going, you're almost there. Who knows? Maybe you'll never get there. Could be, could be. But if you look at it like, oh, forget about it. I don't even care if I'll ever get there. I'm just building my collection. I do this for me. If you do this for you, I think that's really something that's valuable. So that's it. If you want to follow my journey, check out my account, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment. Would be amazing if this video for whatever reason pops, and if not, it's okay. It's part of my collection. It's all good. For me, I learned something, and oh yeah, that was the third thing. You're learning, you're growing. I learned something today that I actually enjoy sitting down and recording videos and just say what's on my mind and say what's up. I think that's valuable. So that's a +1. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to share. That's a +1. It's a win. So this journal is really amazing. It's actually my own journal. But in this journal, what I do is I write down all my wins. It's +1. The only goal for this journal is to write down your wins. There's nothing else. No brainstorming, no thoughts, no ideas, nothing, just +1, +1, +1, +1, +1. This video for me has definitely been a +1 because not only created a video, I learned something. So again, that's the third one. You learn something. First one, you build a collection. Second one, don't give too much meaning to it. And the third one, keep on learning, keep on growing. And that's, eventually you're going to hit it. So love to hear from you. Let me know. And, what I've also learned is if you want to watch this other video, I really have an amazing other video, click here to see my next video. You know what to do. See you later. Much love. Bye.